That's just to let you guys know that something's going to happen soon. Come on, there's room up here, you guys. Come on down. Well, we have some new people here today. I'm so excited about that. They're neighbors of ours, so I'll be talking about that in a few moments. And we're so happy to have you. But I wanted to explain what this first song is about. It'll be a first-time thing for you guys, but the words are up on the screen. If you want to join in, please do. Once you hear the tune, you just sing and enjoy it. It's about what I thought one might want to experience when they stepped into a place like this, and what other congregants thought about that as well. So we just put it into words, put some music to it, and that's what we're singing today together. The experience that we know we're having as we walk into a place like Unity of Pasadena. So please join me in this as we go through it. I'd love to have a bunch of different voices involved, so step into the arms of love. It's a feeling you can take hold of. Join us in our celebration. Feel the grace flow through your heart. Embrace the friendship and connection. When you become a part of healing and inspiration, balance and faith, prayer and contemplation, freedom and grace. You know this part. I say amen. 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 Sing it with me. I say amen. 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 And so it is. Oh, that was fun. Thank you, guys. So here we are. We're live streaming. We're in person. We're trying to do it all, you know. We're bringing the Spirit. We're also receiving it. Isn't that good? You know, we are that which receives and that which gives. And we do it with this feeling of love, and we do it with the feeling that Spirit is in, around, and through us. We feel it. We know it's us, and we give it right back to those who may not be so sure. You know? But today's a good day. People have come up to me and said, what do you got today, Reverend Greg? And I go, I don't know. What do you got? Well, today's a good day. Ah, what a good start. What a magnificent start. Let's all start there. Today is a good day because I love Sundays. So Unity of Pasadena is a very special place. And what we do here is we recognize the oneness of not only one another, but of our journeys. That our journeys are connected in magnificent and beautiful ways, in that not only do we meet one another around down the path, but we also have an opportunity to recognize each other in one another. And really that's the essence of unity. I've devised a little phrase I would like you to join me in, please, if you will. There's only one thing. It may look like more than one thing. It may feel like more than one thing, but it's only one thing. Expressing as you, expressing as me, and everything we see. Ah, yes. So here we are. We have live streaming, and if you're new on live streaming, welcome. Welcome to Unity of Pasadena. You're in our hearts, and we know we're in yours. If you're new here in the audience, we feel the same way about you. We're so glad that we could become kind of a magnet for your attendance. You know, you were drawn here in some way, shape, or form, and we're so happy about that. Happy to have you here. If you haven't been here for a while, welcome back. You know, this is the space where we find a connection with Spirit, a connection with God. And it's not hard to do, because as you look behind me, you'll see beautiful greenery. And once in a while, you'll see a bird fly in. We have turtle doves that like the space. We have butterflies that fly behind me while I'm talking. And that's pretty cool too, but I don't get to see those. But we know that if we can attract that kind of beautiful nature, that kind of beauty in general, then, and you're part of that, then we are a place to be reckoned with. So we love it. So I'd like you to join me also in our unity blessing, if you will. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you just the way you are. We also have a statement of faith I'd like you to join me in. There's only one presence and one power active in my life and in the universe. God the good omnipotence, and I am one with that presence and power. Let's take a nice deep breath. Let's take another one in preparation for prayer. And release it. And know that we are in the presence of God right now, in this very space. And we recognize that presence of God because we feel love. And we know that oftentimes the presence of God is described as love itself. So we just feel that love and know that the presence of God, the presence of Spirit, is here with us right now. But it's more than that. We recognize that not only is that presence here, but it's in, around, and through each of us, operating in a way that allows us to know that we are known, that we are felt, that we recognize and understand life itself flowing through our veins, the love of God in our hearts, in every thought we think. We're so thankful for that. We come to recognize that every Sunday, to speak of it with one another, to enjoy it and see it in the eyes and the embrace of others. What a place to be. Connection is such a magnificent power. And so I know that this doesn't happen on its own. And so I have to find a way to thank you that you can understand for what it is that unfolds here on Sundays. And all I can use is words, but know that it's coming from my heart. I thank those that set this whole day up in advance. And they range from the board of trustees to the volunteers, to the prayer chaplains that we have, to the musicians that bring such a magnificent feeling of love and Spirit within. We're so thankful for those that do the live streaming and the PowerPoint, and those that make this whole thing possible, from greeters to ushers. We love you, we thank you. And each and every one of you that makes this possible as well. We're so grateful for your attendance. We're so grateful for your consciousness, that which you bring that we can share. And so I release these words with great thanksgiving into the law of mind. I know that they're already done, and I do it with great thanksgiving. And please join me by saying, and so it is. Amen. All right. Okay, so you guys know we're going to do a little 3-minute question today. And, you know, we're getting a little low. So I would love you guys to come up with your questions. Keep it spiritual, if you will. I can pull out a boxers or briefs question, but I'd rather do a spiritual question, So that was a commercial, you guys. I just did a commercial. If you watch TV, you probably noticed that. So I'm going to pick one out of here today. Jackie's laughing because she says, that was a miss, Greg. That was a swing and a miss. It is baseball season. It is baseball season. So here we go, you guys. Is there a connection with our consciousness and our soul? Ooh, interesting question, huh? Interesting question. Wow. Well, let's say this. Yeah, I'm going to answer it very, very simply and say, well, yes, I believe there is, because I think there's a connection with everything. Now, I think that there's really only one thing operating, but I think they have perhaps different purposes, maybe can be seen as having a little bit of a different purpose. The idea behind the soul is that it is that which is immutable. It doesn't change. It is the structural integrity of who you are. It is that drop of God in you. It is that motivator that drives you to do the right thing because it is the right thing. Does that make sense? So it's this spirit that permeates us, and it's immutable, which means that it doesn't change. But then there's consciousness, which we always talk about in terms of lifting it, which means that it could change. I mean, that we can progress from our lower selves to a higher self. We can become more tomorrow than we were today, if that's what we so desire. If we wish to move into a new space, a new space of awareness, a new way of thinking, then we can do that, which makes consciousness kind of changeable, doesn't it? So I think that in that aspect, when you look at the two side by side, you see them as different. But I do believe that the soul is the structure for all of that stuff that we know changes. Just like I change my clothes, I can change the way I think. I mean, and I might do that because I want a different result in life. I might want a different outcome from what I've been experiencing. So I might change the way I think. I might change my worldview. You see this picture frame here that says reframe? All right, so whenever I reframe what it is I'm seeing that I think might be negative, and I look at it from a different perspective, I'm changing my consciousness. I'm moving my consciousness into a different realm. My awareness is a bit different. You see, because I didn't know until I stepped over here what this looked like from here, because I've always been looking at it from here. So I don't know. I hope that answers the question. But I appreciate whoever wrote it. Thank you so very much. How do we do? I think I went less than 3 minutes today. Yeah. Not bad, huh? Hey, that was power pack for 2 minutes and 34 seconds or whatever. 2 more seconds and I'd have had it nailed down. What do you say we sing? I can hardly wait. I can hardly wait for that. That's right. You know, all right. Let's make every moment count. Yeah.
Into one. black spider dancing on top of his eye. Red-legged chicken stands ready to fly, and everything emptying into white. I built my house from barley ice, green and purple walls and water ice. And everything emptying into white.
Cat Stevens.
What a glorious morning. Today, we're going to do surrender. I missed this morning. I was running a little late, and I read it over there while I was waiting. It is amazing. Somebody gets up and finds out exactly what I need. And I was like, they wrote it for me, and hopefully it resonates with all of you. Spiritual surrender is my path to peace. It's natural to have ideas and preferences about how things should be and to work toward the results that I want. But I can exhaust myself if I attempt to exert control over my life's circumstances. In fact, the more I try, the less I feel, or the less control I feel I have. Releasing the illusions of control, I practice spiritual surrender, so much more than giving up, surrendering my efforts and my hopes to divine within me is an act of empowerment. It means living my faith that God is in and through all things. It means trusting that there are outcomes better than the ones I have imagined. I surrender to God's peace and perfection within me. I give up trying to control outcomes and relax, welcoming serendipity and ease. Surrendering is the way. My child, give me your heart and let your eyes observe my ways. Proverbs 23:26.
Good morning. All right, we're going to start with the Lord's Prayer. So if you take a deep breath first, breathe in, and let it go. Do once more and hold it. Breathe in, hold it, and let it go. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forget our debtors. And leave us not in temptation, but deliver us from evil. And thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. Where do you begin? There is so much to think about in this world right now. Change seems to be evident and inevitable. More than ever, we need to come together and stay together, to love each other, to fight for each other. Whether we believe in the same thing has nothing to do with it. It's just loving each other, sharing. You know, let God handle it. There's just too much to do. There's too deep. And stay away from anger. Use only love. And love leads to grace, which aligns all of us, if we allow it. So with that, I say, do it. Be it. Let it happen. Be the love that you know you are with the depth that's within you. And let it happen. So breathe in. Feel it. And let it go. Breathe in the divine. And fill your aura with it when you let it go. Once more, breathe in. And let it go. Now, open your heart and open your mind, bringing them together. For 2 minutes, just feel. Let it be. All right, with a deep breath in, and let it go. Feel yourself grounding by breathing in. Let it go all the way. As you breathe in this time, feel it all the way down to your toes. Breathe in. And let it go. With that, have a wonderful day. Share who you are. We're all love.
That was beautiful, thank you.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arrive. Blackbirds singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life you were only waiting for this moment to be free. Oh, blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of a dark black Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Come on and take these broken wings and learn, just learn to fly. Don't you know that all your life you were only waiting for this moment to be free? Oh, blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of a dark black You were only waiting. Oh, you were only waiting. Go on and
Oh, boy. I really don't know how you expect me to talk after that. One of my favorite songs, and probably done in my favorite way. God, just incredible. Yeah, thank you, Clifta, for giving us that background in the understanding that love is that place where we come together, and love is that place where we heal together. Love is that magnificent backdrop for all of life that, when accessed, allows all good things to unfold. All good things. Today we're talking about healing, and not only just healing, but healing together. So I thought I'd start off with some quotes around first healing, because since the title is We Heal Together, I thought we should probably get a baseline for what healing is. So what does it mean to heal? I asked myself, and I answered. This is my quote. Healing is not just about fixing what's broken or easing pain. It's about coming home to our true nature, a state of wholeness, wisdom, and compassion that exists within each of us. It's there in you. It's here in me. It's absolutely in each of us. Tara Brach talks about the medicine in the whole world that makes the most sense. She says if there's any medicine in the whole world, it's that sense of belonging, of connection with others. Tara Brach is a Buddhist therapist who does retreats, and she has a lot of material that's accessible over a lot of different platforms. I think she has affected me greatly in the sense that when I need to be calm and directed, she seems to have exactly the right words for me. She always brings me back to that center where I can recognize who I truly am. And so I very fondly recommend her if you're interested in finding that as well. So I think that there is some truth here about social connection being healing, and connection in general being healing. Is there anybody who can't see how that's possible? How connection could be a foundation for healing? I think that everybody in this room understands that it really is an important aspect for us to heal. We don't do it alone, although sometimes we think we do. Sometimes we think we do. Wellness is an aspect of concern as well in society today. I mean, when Clifton was up here talking, she was talking about just releasing all that stuff. You know, don't take it into your consciousness and allow you to tear it apart. Let God deal with it. Let God handle those difficulties, those issues. Let it unfold in the way that is, as we say, divine right order. You're not going to push it one direction or another. Just be there as support for divine right order to unfold. And I appreciate that message, Clifton, because that message is a message of truth. But you know, we need connection in order to be able to do that, because we are emotional beings. We are people that have a lot going on, and we need support. We need support from each other. We absolutely must have support from each other. The scientific community is starting to understand this. Do you know that doctors now prescribe social interaction? I mean, instead of prescribing the drugs that they might prescribe for, let's say, the appearance of depression, somebody comes in to see a doctor and, oh my goodness, you are depressed. There's no doubt about that. We could give you this drug, or we could give you this drug, or we could give you this drug, or we could write you a prescription for connection. Meaning, get involved in something, you know? Get involved in something. Widen your circle. Meet people. Start to share experiences with them. You know, I know that healing is our way to spiritual magnificence. That's an interesting phrase, right? But I know that because a good friend of Jackie's and mine says that you're either operating as your unhealed past or your spiritual magnificence. Which tells me that if I expect to get to that spiritual magnificence, then I've got to deal with my unhealed past. And you know, I oftentimes think that I can deal with those big problems on my own, but that's just not true. It's absolutely not true. You know, I think of what kind of power I have, because oftentimes I like to think I've got more than I do in the moment. I think about the kinds of power that are inherent in each of us, and it seems like the list is pretty cool. I mean, we really appreciate, and I hope we all appreciate this, but Charles Fillmore wrote a book called The 12 Powers of Man, which, you know, is really a foundation for understanding who we are at depth. And Charles Fillmore set forth some principles that he says can flow through us and become us. We can look toward a robust life should we decide to have faith, utilize our inherent strength, use our powers of discernment in the appropriate way toward love, use our powers of imagination to bring about an understanding of what life can be, use our will to find order in our lives, use our will to bring about zeal and healing in our lives. For life is that. Life is that journey of all those things that I just mentioned. So I sort of did a mashup of all of those 12 powers. I mean, those 12 powers were in that long sentence. And Charles Fillmore wrote about those. He wrote deeply about those particular powers. And as I look at those, and I looked at them very, very closely this week, I recognized one thing for sure. And that is that connection activates each and every one of those powers in us. Connection synergizes these powers in us, allows us to be more than we could be just alone trying to figure out how to utilize these things. I mean, we've got faith. Faith in others is an important aspect of this life. Faith and trust in you is a big deal for me. And I know that faith and trust in me is a big deal for you. You know, we each do the best we can to bring the best we have to one another. And I have faith that that's where you come from. I mean, I get to exercise that power with you. Isn't that wonderful? I just love it. I love the idea that strength is inherent in the things that we do when we give encouragement to people, when we operate with enthusiasm, when we sit down next to somebody and say, isn't it great to be together? Encouraging you to get through this life's challenge, encouraging you to step into the next greater yet to be. That's what we do here, and that's what each of us does when we connect. I mean, it's great stuff. You know, when we have love for life, love for one another, love for ourselves, we are practicing the cornerstone of this teaching here. We're practicing the cornerstone of the unity teaching. So I guess it's not lost on you that we are called unity, which is sort of like just having inherently this idea that connection is extremely important. But an understanding and an idea of connection is important too. And understanding how it can help us is important. Because healing together begins with the understanding that we're not separate. Healing together begins with the understanding that is very much in line with that thing that I asked you to talk about. There's only one thing going on. It's operating through each and every one of us. It's called life. It's this thing called life. I'm no different than you. I may come across as a bit different, but I recognize at core that I am that which you are. We talked about the soul and the consciousness. My consciousness might be a little bit different than each and every one of yours, and that's what makes it interesting. But my soul is there for you as you. We're all connected from that point. Healing together requires embracing our shared human experience of pain, fear, and longing. You know, a community connection can be a place of healing and awakening. A community connection is intensely important. One of the reasons why I love Unity of Pasadena so much is that we recognize that. We recognize that we can be vulnerable with one another, that we can come together and share with one another, whether it's our successes, our difficulties, whether it's who we'd like to be or who we used to be, or whether it's just what we'd like to see on the horizon, and can I have a hand with that? We create together. We can't do what we have here alone. None of us can. We create our environment physically. We create our interior environment as well, with one another as the backdrop. So I believe that that Charles Fillmore, when he talks about the 12 powers of man, recognized as well that this thing called unity was going to bring it all to a point where we could recognize the Christ consciousness in each of us, which I believe is another name for the soul. You see, it's already there. We're just uncovering it. We're getting to it. We're really naming it in a sense so that we can move toward it because we have an example for it. The example of Jesus, as opposed to the great exception, he's the great example. So I think that our connection here is intensely healing. I like examples of connection. And I like examples of connection that are healing. And I started thinking that, we got a football coach who comes here every Sunday. Anybody ever coach football? Go ahead, raise your hand, Tim. He raised his finger. He raised his finger. But I will raise my hand for him, coached football. And that makes him an influential person, by the way. I mean, if you ever had a coach, you have been influenced by that coach in some way. Football players, I think, are influenced maybe even more than other sports because it is a group of 11 people on each side of the ball that have to work together, I mean, it's not like an individual sport. I had a swimming coach, and I had a track coach, and that coach wanted me to be the best I could be running the 100-yard dash or swimming a certain event. I didn't do it with a bunch of people. We didn't all have to get together and sort of do this roughshod dance out on the field, I mean, plays. You got to learn plays. You got to learn to be caring and understanding of what others are doing as well. You have to learn some integrity so you'll do the right thing. So coaches bring about a lot, and I think in football, coaches do a really great job of bringing that out in the young people that they coach. So I love books. And I like to have a spiritual book going, and I like to have a fun book going. So I had a fun book going that I've read several times, and I thought I would talk about it in the context of that, because it's about a football coach, essentially, as the backdrop. But it's more about the players that came together when the football coach was sick. When the football coach was likely to be, taking his angel's wings, if you will, taking flight to his greater yet to be. All the people that he'd coached came together on the bleachers. And the name of the book is Bleachers. Anybody ever read Bleachers? Now, the reason why this one touches me is because it's written by, this isn't why it touches me. There's a lot more to it than this, but this is written by John Grisham. And John Grisham writes a lot of lawyer novels. You might have read a lot of his lawyer novels. Yeah. And I've read lawyer novels written by John Grisham, and they're kind of fun to read, because I practiced law for a long period of time. Don't do it anymore, by the way. So no law questions. But he wrote Bleachers as an adjunct to what he normally does. And to tell you the truth, he's way better at writing these beautiful stories of connection than he is at writing those lawyer novels. Bleachers is a wonderful novel about how all of these kids got together not only to support this coach, but to engage in the kind of healing that was necessary because they knew they were going to miss him, but they also knew they were affected by him. Some were affected in a very positive way, and some were affected in a very negative way. Some were affected in a way that really, really demanded healing. Others were affected in a way that they felt they would need some pre-healing before he moved on to his greater yet to be. Football coaches can be demanding. See, some people like that, some people don't. Football coaches can expect a lot of you. Some people like that, some people don't. Some people don't like what they learn about themselves when they're in pressure situations. All of that needs healing. All of that does. This book was about healing. And each and every individual in Bleachers that got together, no matter whether or not they went to high school at the same time as the others did, They had connective stories that allowed each other to understand. There was a depth of connection. I know how you feel. That happened to me. I'm going to miss him. I love him, but I hate him. I love the situation that I was in, but it was so hard. There was healing going on in this book from beginning to end. And it all happened on the bleachers of the football field. That was the only setting for this book, on the bleachers of the football field where they all played. And I just love it because each and every one of those people that were hurt and carried this hurt that needed to be healed had carried it for years and years until they got together and were allowed to release a lot of it. We're allowed to talk about it and move through it. There's a lot that can be done when we connect with one another and we're vulnerable and we talk about it. We have a grief group. It's going to happen today. People get together and they talk about that which is so important to them. And if they talk about it, the healing begins. They start to understand how they're feeling in depth, because sometimes we don't even know how we're feeling until we hear ourselves say it. You ever had that happen to you? Yes, absolutely. I love a good, that's better than an amen, So I just think that this idea that connection is healing is the foundation for life itself. I truly believe that. I truly believe we need each other. In order to really, really live together in a way that makes sense, though, we have to understand each other. We truly do. We have to be open to that. We have to be open to understanding one another. Whether or not they live in this country or another country or from different cultural backgrounds, it makes no difference whatsoever. No matter what school they went to, no matter what has happened in their lives that have brought them to this moment, we must be able to understand, have empathy, and get a hold of this thing called life. Not only the one that you lived and are living today, but the one that others are living. Jackie and I watched this special that's been on for the last couple of weeks that is about what was originally Band Aid. You might have seen it yourself, but it became Live Aid, which was a concert that benefited the Ethiopian famine. This is back in 84, 85. And this was, a really touchy global situation. It had to do with the civil war in Ethiopia. And as with civil wars, always there's one side that wants to dominate another. And the domination part of that civil war ended up in literally millions of people being corralled in a space where there was no place to live. There was no food, there was no water, and they were dying. And it came to the attention of the world. And the interesting part about this whole story is, even though the whole world knew about it and other governments had maybe some funds to step up and try and help, nobody was doing it. But the people who stepped up to help, musicians. They saw what was going on and they thought, naively so, maybe we can do something about this. Can we do something about it? And they started talking to each other. Can we do anything about this? What can we do? We're just musicians. We can write a song about it, but what good is that going to do? Oh, they did. But they banded together. Every single British band got together and started to work on a song that they were going to put out to the entire world on a 45. You probably don't even know what a 45 is. It's one of those very small records with a big hole in the middle. And they sold a 45 of this song about what was going on in Ethiopia. And there was a phrase in that song that said, just thank God that they're not you, which tore the heart out of the world as they heard that. Just tore the heart out of the world. It started to bring together people that were willing. It ended up in an event, by the way, that was called Live Aid that drew billions of people to the television sets to watch, where the phones were ringing off the hook, where billions, and this is in a day when $1 billion was something different, where billions of dollars were raised for relief. Musicians, they don't grow the wheat, they don't do the things that were necessary to produce all of that stuff to feed the people, but they sure tapped into the love of people who do. And through that connection, through their own artistry, they brought something that saved the lives of millions of people. Oh man, this is how we heal the planet. This is how we do it. An idea, an imaginative idea that requires follow through and people who will do it. So when I say requires follow through, what I mean is I'm talking about me. I got to follow through on the things I believe. I have to be an example in that arena, and so do you. You can be an example in that arena. What can you do when times of tragedy are right here in front of us, and we think that we're so small, but we're not. Not when we're together, not when we're connected. Unity is our superpower. Our superpower is our togetherness, our connectedness, the consciousness we bring when we all love together. It can change the world. So, there is a healing connection, and you're part of it. I love you all. Namaste, and so it is. I love it. Thank you. So, we have a way of showing our gratitude for that which is, that plays an important role in our lives, for being that beacon of light that is Unity of Pasadena, and it's called our community giving. And what we do is we hold our gift in our hands and we put it against our heart, and we say together, God is the source of my overflowing supply, and I am grateful. Come on forward, Millie. You know, I think I jumped ahead of the list. Yeah, and I'm sorry for that. For all of you who are on live stream, I didn't mean to do that. We have quite a list of people here. This is a consciousness of love. I mean, this is the love gang right here. You guys get, you know them too. You'll recognize these folks. We got Basha. We got Audrey. We have Mike and Carol. We have Colleen all the way from Illinois. We got Virginia. We've got Riva. We've got Karen, Steve, and we know the perfection, wholeness, and complete nature of who you are, Karen. We know that you are healing right here and right now from any illness that might be with you today. It's on its way out right now. Charlene comes to us from Tennessee. Hey, Charlene. And we have Charles the Turk, and he's in Michigan. So thank you, Charles, for being here. So thank you for joining me in our community giving statement, and knowing that Unity of Pasadena is a worthwhile space where love is given and received. And so with that, why don't we do a song while you do the honors? Thank you so much, Millyanne.
Invite you in, but you can start at any time, okay? How's that? Feel free. Come on board, right on top. Here we go.
There's something wonderful. There's something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Whoa. wonderful. Yeah, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Well, I can feel it in my body, I can feel it in my soul, I can feel it in my heart, and it won't let go. Something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Something wonderful. Something wonderful, yeah, something wonderful. Wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. I can feel it in my body. Here we go. I can feel it in my body. I can feel it in my soul. I can feel it in my soul. I can feel it in my heart. I can feel it in my, and it won't let go. And it won't let go. Again, I can feel it in my body. I can feel it in my body. Yes, I can feel it in my soul, in my heart. I can feel it in my heart, and it won't let go. Something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Something wonderful, something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. We're gonna take it to the bridge. Here we go. All this love inside. Oh, this love inside. We can let it shine. We can let it shine. Yeah, something wonderful. Something wonderful. Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Oh, something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. I can feel it in my body.
I can feel it in my body. I can feel it in my soul.
Heart's next.
I can feel it in my heart.
And it won't let go.
And it won't let go.
I can feel it in my body.
I can feel it in my body.
Feel it in my soul.
I can feel it in my soul.
I can feel it in my heart.
I can feel it in my heart.
Won't let go.
And it won't let go. Something wonderful. Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now.
Are you ready for another bridge?
Yep.
Okay.
Something wonderful.
Sorry.
Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now.
All this love inside, we can let it shine. Here we go.
Oh, this love inside. Well, we can let it shine. Oh, something wonderful. What? Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now.
One more time.
Something wonderful, oh, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now.
I actually have an idea. I lied, we're not done. I want you to turn to somebody near you. Okay? And I want us to sing Something Wonderful is Happening to You right here, right now, okay? If you're not comfortable with like looking at their eyes, you can soften your gaze, but just share some FaceTime, all right? Here we go.
Something
Happening to you right here, right now. Waiting for the turnaround. Here we go. Something wonderful. Here we go.
Something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to you right here, right now. Something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to you right here, right now.
Something wonderful is happening to us.
Something wonderful,
Right?
something wonderful is happening to us right here, right now. Something wonderful, oh, something wonderful is happening to us right here, right now. Oh, you can keep singing. Happening to you right here, right now.
Give yourselves a hand. Wow, that's so cool. Come on forward, Marianne. That was really good. Thank you for getting us all involved. That was fantastic. See, connection, involvement, oh man, it works. And so what we do here is we just stretch ourselves into that space of gratitude where we feel the gratitude, we feel the love, we feel the caring, we feel the connection right here in this very space. And we're so pleased that each and every one of us has been able to participate in this act of receiving and giving and becoming as we change in each setting we go to. And this is a great setting to have found yourself today, for we've changed for the better. We're not the same people as we were when we stepped into this space. We're so thankful for all these tithes and treasures, for we know that the integrity of Unity of Pasadena is absolutely front and center, and your tithes and treasures help make this place of connection and goodness what it is. We so thank you. I release these words into the law of mind, knowing they're done. Together we say, and so it is. Amen. Thank you. Hey, say amen. Come on up, Barbara. Something wonderful. Boy, that's going to be in my head all day.
Yes, I can feel it. I know you can too. And keeping in mind the theme for today of connection and healing, let's think about that as we affirm together our vision and mission which support it. Starting with our vision, envisioning a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. And our mission, which is transforming lives by living and sharing our inner truth of divine wisdom, compassion, and love using practical spiritual principles. And our vision and mission lead to our core values, which are creating community, living love, teaching truth, and serving spirit. And on this, the third Sunday of the month, continuing our connection in our hospitality team, we have those whose last name begin with K through R hosting today. Thank you all very much. And next week, the fourth Sunday of the month, then Team S through Z will take the lead. And Greg has already mentioned it, but the bereavement group meets today after hospitality, being as it's the third Sunday of the month. And Michelle's Tuesday morning gentle stretch class continues from 10:30 to 11:30 every Tuesday for the rest of the summer, no interruptions. And next Sunday, Basha and Pinocchio will be back for their wonderful sound baths. And please see Jackie for sign up. She has this sheet back there. And remember, it'll be your last chance for 3 months because this event will be dark for August, September, and October. So, however, the Reiki shares for the first Thursday of every month after the meditation here will continue without interruption. Okay, and coming up the second Saturday of August, that would be August the 9th, the Grace group will be meeting again, and this time the focus will be on Durga, who is the Hindu warrior goddess. And when Karen and Steve return, Karen will give you a little more in-depth introduction to that. So that's all I have for announcements today, so I'm going to turn it back over to Reverend Greg.
All right, so we're gonna do the Silent Unity Prayer for Protection, and then we're gonna sing a song today. What are we gonna sing today?
The peace song.
I should be able to get that straight because we alternate, but I forget what happened last week. So we're singing the peace song today. But before that, I just want to let you know that if you want prayer, please just stay in your seat after this service. And a prayer chaplain will come to you. Today's lead prayer chaplain is Clifta. But we also have other prayer chaplains in the house too, so we've got plenty of people to serve you. Who's a prayer chaplain? Raise your hand. All right, very good, very good, very good. We got a bunch, don't we? We got friends of prayer. We got prayer chaplains. We got goodness. We got everything we need in order to be who we are. And so let's do this thing together. If you could stand, please do. So we're going to do the Silent Unity prayer for protection and then sing the peace song. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever I am, God is. I am divine, and all is well.
On earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as creator. Let us walk with each other